He's a little
yeah. Why?
I like how there's it looks like a trophy coming in your head. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Settle, the Prez of kickball, aka the commish.
Hello, folks.
Round of applause.
Yeah,
Okay, shut it off before we get sued. Who owns this song?
welcome to the latest episode of Bunt Down One. I'm your host, Eric the Bearded, along as always with the two lovely ladies, LV.
Hi.
And V.
Hello.
And our special guest this evening, Kyle the Commish.
Kyle! Ew.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
Don't be lame like the interview.
Yeah, don't be serious. You gotta be funny.
It's
What are you
playoffs.
funny?
I am serious. Playoffs is coming up. I'm excited.
Playoffs.
I'm excited. Did you
Make
hear that
sure-
he was actually drunk when he did
No, that was Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson. Oh yeah, that was a
Allen
practice
Iverson
one.
was actually drunk.
Yes.
Make sure
We
you
have some
guys,
donuts.
you guys
Sorry.
fun. Make sure you guys ask us questions. Follow us on Twitter at LV. Ask us questions on Facebook. All that good
Ask
stuff.
him.
I'm gonna flick you in the side of the head if you don't knock it off, V. And it's not gonna feel good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So again, welcome to Bunt Down One. We're here with week 9. Week 8 of regular season kickball is in the books, and we're gonna go on our table and get some reactions from everybody. Why don't we start with the commish? What were your initial reactions from week 8 this week?
Week 8 was a little weird. In a sense where we had a lot of forfeits. There are a lot of people that didn't show up for whatever reason. It was treated almost like the last day of school, and there was a lot of just random things happening.
A lot of people being dicks.
Yeah, that too. And games were random, and I don't know, it was just a weird Sunday, and it was, a good time at the lift, but just a random weird Sunday. I guess summer heat is getting to people. I guess I don't know.
Giggity.
Giggity. LV, what do you think about this past week?
I agree with Kyle. I thought it was a very odd week, especially coming off some of the Ivy teams coming off of the regional tournament. So I think that might have had to play a big part into the games on Sunday. But yeah, just like teams not showing up, not showing for reffing duties. Last game of the season I don't know, very strange, but still a fun day and looking forward to playoffs.
All right, V, what do you got?
I have never in my whole kickball life, I've never seen a mutual forfeit.
Yeah, actually.
So
Actually, yeah, I've never seen one. I've never issued one. I actually had to look at a couple of
rules
tutorials on how to issue that.
But the funny thing is, all teams that forfeited were none of the teams that played, 5 to 7 games the day before. But I know BC Ball and Wolfpack were pretty tired, and it was a long day. And then I heard that there were some shenanigans at the bar.
Always shenanigans at the bar.
We'll get into those shenanigans later on. Let's roll right into our 12 o'clock games. The first game we've got up is Beastie Balls and Pitch Don't Kill My Vibe 5-4. I'm gonna let V talk about this game. Go ahead, V. Let us fill us in.
Well, thank you, Kyle, for giving us a 12 o'clock game. Really appreciated that. My team barely showed up.
I could have been mad at you for something when I said the schedule. I don't know.
Probably.
I think you were.
I wouldn't doubt it. I remember the first time Jeremy Davis was up, I was like, are you skipping to the base? Are you walking? I mean, he's a very fast man, but he decided, and then his second time up, I was like, oh, looks like everyone decided they're going to play kickball today. So they definitely, it wasn't that.
You are rude.
I just rule with an iron fist, okay? Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, we were tired. A lot of people were hungover, but we still eked by barely. We made a lot of errors, but whatever.
Now, how did Pitch Don't Kill My Vibe play? They've kind of came on the past couple of weeks. I know they may not have faced the greatest of opponents, but they won a game. They've been really close the past few weeks. So
I think that they've done a lot of work with their lineup, and which is smart. They've made some smart changes, putting Al as a leadoff. He's gotten tremendously better because when I played with them, he only kicked, so he's gotten pretty fast. Devon was complaining a lot, which I wasn't used to.
I saw that. And he was playing with headphones in.
Yeah, he was like super butthurt about something. I don't know. So whatever. And maybe he was tired from the day before because he did play. But otherwise, I mean, they didn't really do anything crazy that was, a smart move. I will say that, their offense is coming along nicely. I still didn't really think that they were a threat.
Okay. Cool. All right, the next game we've got is Balls Deep and Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Feelgood came away with a 3-2 victory. This game went back and forth all game long. It started out, we were up 1-0, and then they actually went up 2-1, and we buckled down, and then we came away with a couple more wins. We had a couple more runs. We had Mike, who
First?
No. I can't remember his last name.
What kind of captain doesn't know the...
I know his name. His name's Mike.
Wait, are you a captain?
I'm more of a consultant.
Yeah.
Then I'm not.
He's their defensive consultant.
Offensive consultant.
Offensive, whatever.
Thanks. But Mike had to. They had runners. I want to say on second and third, or first and third. They had runners in the corners with 2 outs, and they kicked the bomb. And Mike took a couple of steps up, and then realized, oh shit, I got to go back for this. And I had 3 heart attacks while that ball was in the air.
That was the third out, wasn't it? That was in the game, and so he sealed that game for us after we were up 3-2. But it was definitely a back and forth game. Yeah, it was a fun game. I ref that game, so
yeah, you did, which I appreciated.
I had to step in for Liv and Levita because they didn't show up.
So I just want to address something. We had a fudged call during our game that apparently wasn't described correctly to you. Last season, you had addressed the blocking of first base
Collisions, yeah.
and to avoid injuries, things like that. And what happened was the guy Hank, playing first, went to get the ball and basically just was completely across both bases. And I guess the way it was described to you was different and whatever, but what?
Well, continue.
I don't know what's going on. But anyway, they were wrong, and she should have been safe.
Nothing. I'll tell you when you're all done.
that was explained to me, and unfortunately,
I should have went over there.
Unless I'm actually there to
yeah.
actually see it, I only can depend on the head ref actually explaining to the best of his or her ability what happened, and based on the description on what happened.
He said that she got hit by the ball.
Yeah.
Shenanigans. Moving on.
All right, so the next game we've got was sidekicks and dead weight.
Don't mind the score. The score is incorrect. I could not change it.
It was 6-0.
6-0.
Sidekicks.
Just type it on the
No, but then I have to resave it, and then I have to go all the way to the bottom, and I can't scroll.
Yeah, just leave it. Yeah, it's okay. It's a lot easier to just leave it as is and
all
save
right,
it.
6-0.
Yeah, 6-0.
Catch that game?
No.
I did. I watched a little bit of it. AC was doing his typical kicking people out as catcher. Deadweight hadn't seen that all season long, and so they actually thought it was hilarious and were bewildered by it for the most part.
What do you mean kicking people out?
AC.
Oh, he kicks the ball. Yeah,
he kicks the ball.
Sometimes it doesn't work in his favor.
But 95%.
I wouldn't go 95%. I would say about 85% of the time it works.
Yeah, he's pretty accurate with that.
Yeah, actually doing not the worst that I've seen him, but in the fall of the championship game, he was kicking people out wasn't as accurate. But that's the only time I've ever seen when he actually gets his foot on the ball, like it's kind of like it's a guaranteed out.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty smart thing. You can write down your reference number, but Mike does that a lot of times with Charger, and he actually was able to hit somebody in Naugatuck with the ball, but they were.
I remember that.
That was a pretty killer play. So if you got the skill, then do it. I mean, does that mean that you can slow though?
Cool, AC.
No.
No, he's been doing that since he's came.
Yeah, he's a good soccer player.
That's just what he does.
Yeah.
Those soccer
players. But yeah, they sidekicks felt it was a good tune-up game before the playoffs, and Deadweight said that they enjoyed playing the game. They didn't win, but they had a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun playing this season so far as a completely new team, and they're looking forward to playing in the playoffs and then hanging out with everybody and all that. So it was a lot of fun.
And we'll see about that. Then looking forward to playing the playoffs.
Right. Deadweight.
Yeah. Next game we've got is Alcoholics and Kickleback. It was a forfeit. Nothing we talk about there.
And then I got yelled at to ref it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't you play in it?
No, I played in the other
she,
one.
Yeah, she
Oh.
played in one of the other ones.
I was like, you need to rep your team's rep. I'm like, this isn't a real game.
We didn't know that until 15 minutes later. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Alphabawks was relieved that they didn't actually have to play because they played in the tournament the entire day prior, and which I heard they did really well at. And we'll get into that later. So this actually will be a preview for what we talk about later on. The next game was Bougie and Hart against Kick and Hops. Bougie took this one 8-6. Bougie was actually really surprised by this game. They normally don't allow a lot of runs, and they don't score a lot of runs. If they win, it's usually 3-1, 3-0, 2-3, things like that. They don't allow a lot of runs. So what you've got is they were very surprised at the amount of runs that they scored, as well as Kick and Hops.
Kick and Hops has played sneakily good this season.
Yeah.
For a team that I know Jeremy and Dan, they have tried to have teams, in the past. I think this is the third version. This is like kind of, I don't know what the record is offhand, but
2-5-1.
2-5-1. They've played been in a lot of games, a lot of close games. I'm very impressed by what they have done this season.
Their catcher Bill is ridiculously good. Like for what the team is, as far as what we've seen of them, and then what the record indicates. Their catcher, Bill is ridiculous. He's quick off the from the plate.
They're sneaky. That could be like your sneaky Cinderella team in the playoffs if the ball bounces the right way.
Most definitely. The next game we got is Banana Hammocks and Live and Levita Kickball. Banana Hammocks took this one 7-0, shutout style. They were actually really pleased. Their camping retreat that they had a few weeks ago has, continued to pay off dividends. They won their last game, and they even said this was vintage 2014 hammocks.
Ooh.
So
long ago,
right? So they were excited for the win. And
Wait, 2014 was just last year.
Yeah.
So then why is it vintage?
Because they played really
Just
well.
missed the whole joke. I said,
Yeah,
wow,
but they
that's so
didn't-
long ago, right?
Oh, I understood.
Yeah, that's why George is talking shit about you.
Oh, fuck George.
That's not nice.
Have some more.
I'm so rude. So rude.
Northerners.
Next game would be what?
Would be I'd Kick That versus Recess All-Star.
I was actually surprised about this.
I was not.
I did see that some man make a very nice catch on I Kick That. But I was also playing in the free kicks game.
Well, I kicked that. They had two of their star players actually play on Saturday as well. So fatigue could have been a factor in that. And their other, I consider all-star, I can't think of his name, wasn't there at all, actually. So that could have made a difference. But Recess has come along as the season has ended.
Well, they have a lot of veteran people. I mean, Mike has been around for a while. Lauren Hopper.
They
they're 4-4. What did they start 0-4?
They started 0-4.
So the last 4 games they won. They buckled down and got it done.
There's one guy on that team, and I talked about him last week. He was the one that made a pretty good play at first, and I'm blanking on his name now. On Recess All-Stars. We were playing on the opposite field of them, but I just
weren't paying attention to your game.
Right. And
Ricky's the guy's name.
Ricky, he had, I think, like a triple or something. I just heard everyone screaming, and next thing I know, I see him like sliding in third. I think even you were out there, and you're like, go ahead, big guy. All right. So
That sounds like Kyle.
he's been playing really well, and I'm excited to see where that team can progress in the future. Maybe not necessarily this season. Who knows? Maybe in playoffs, but
you never know. Playoffs is a whole.
It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. Everything starts fresh.
I think I pickled that first.
Moving on to the next game was the second forfeit of the day with 3 Kicks Mafia and Great Balls of Fire. Great Balls of Fire actually spoke with Kevin and Dustin, who said that now that's a 3-game win streak for them, and they felt that they are on fire. And the reason why 3 Kicks didn't show up was because they were afraid of the train that is Great Balls of Fire.
Actually, I played as a 3-kick person in the scrimmage, and the reason why they didn't show up was a good amount of them were traveling, and some of them are in Vermont, so that's why they didn't show up. However, Kevin Kingsbury was very happy that some Beastie Balls and some Pink players came to play with them. Can you use your hand? You're blocking my face. But he was like so thankful. Like came over to my tent, was like, "Can I help you clean up?" Blah blah blah. And
All because you guys put scrimmage with him?
yeah, but he like it gave him kind of like a good feeling, probably. Like he hasn't won, and then in the scrimmage we won.
Oh! Kevin plays on 3 Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Not
okay,
Kevin
okay.
Jackson,
No, I know you. Were
Oh.
talking about him.
but he was playing in it too, actually.
Mhm.
How did you play in that game, Vic?
I did pretty good. I had a pretty sweet bunt, and then
Did you make it first?
I did make it to first, but then I turned.
This game is irrelevant. You made it first.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Hashtag V-turn.
next game we've got on the docket was Wolfpack and Painted Up Pitches. Wolfpack was on a 4-0 shutout. I don't know. I guess I'll leave it to you two to kind of talk about that game a little bit.
I didn't really talk about it. We were exhausted, tired. We threw people in the lineup and said, go get it done. And I think we scored a run the first inning maybe, or the second inning, and then we just had the mindset of don't allow any runs. We didn't really do too much after that. And I don't know, it seemed like Orange wasn't really trying, actually, from my point of view.
First inning, they were all jacked up because they got 3 up, 3 down on us.
Yeah.
So they were all going over the side like, yeah, we're gonna be Wolfpack, yeah. And then we're like, all right, let's shut them up. And then we shut them up. Granted, it wasn't as hard as we would like to have shut them up, but that's what happens when you go to a championship game the day before and you're just tired. Although Kelly Miller, despite playing the day before, was still killing it out there that day.
Wow.
Yeah,
All game or only a few innings?
I think a majority of the game.
The majority of the game he played.
He was making it to first, hustling, making some good plays. So
Maybe taking his vitamins.
it's a,
Taking a
it's a spry 24-year-old Kelly Miller out there.
He should be the face of the league of what
What could happen to you?
what you should aspire to be.
42 and still
I
kicking.
think it's 43 actually.
Oh, really?
I thought he was 45.
No, pretty sure it's 43.
All right, the next game we got is Big Blue and Incrediballs. Big Blue took this one 4-0. Incrediballs was down a bunch of people. I think did they not play in the tournament as well? They had a bunch of people.
They had a
bunch
bunch
of
of people,
so,
yeah.
I thought, did Big Blue not have
They
big
didn't
players
have-
up there? Or?
Didn't.
No?
They didn't have a presence.
At the tournament? No, they had about.
They had a few people.
I would say
Yeah,
they
but
had
not.
about
They didn't. There
4
was no
people.
Big Blue team.
And
No, there was no Big Blue team, but people on Big Blue. I think there was about several players that
There's
played in
probably
the
like
tournament.
4 or 5.
Crusoe, Carey, Strawn.
Yeah, they were like Caruso was with us, and even like Dave Roth from Pickleback. Like
Yeah.
he was with us too, and he was still playing strong.
The Big Blue was down a girl, I think, so they had to take. They were taking it out every time that girl was supposed to be out.
Which, by the way, did you know that is not an actual Walker rule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought it was like a Walker rule.
No, it's something that you leave
you
to
should-
the team.
You should know that's been discussed at captain's meetings.
Yeah, well, when's the last time I was at a captain's meeting?
But you've been in one, so.
Yeah,
Anyway, multiple scoregasms in Balzania had an interesting game. 10-10 tie.
Were we done talking about Big
I think,
thought so. I'm
apparently.
just trying to move this on.
You just want to get to your segment so you can be the star of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Score Games in Bolzania was probably the most exciting game
Yeah.
of the day.
Were you there to watch that game?
Yeah,
As
it
well,
was,
yeah.
yeah. A lot of runs were being scored left and right. It was back and forth. I think at some point Bolzania just wasn't able to gain any momentum because they're a really good team. They're very talented,
Mm-hmm.
and they just didn't have enough oomph to overcome the scoring power of Scoregasms.
Orgasms, for whatever reason, they poured on offensively. Like they place Cooks well. They take advantage of your errors. If they were able to play solid defense, they would be a problem for somebody in the playoffs. Are we eating all the donuts here?
No,
She just shoved like 3 in her
I told
mouth.
her to fit as many as she can.
Did you shove 3 black ones in your mouth?
2.
Don't spill over my table.
That was years ago.
There's so many white ones and black ones, and you took 3 black ones. All right, man.
They're chocolate, not black.
Live your life. Live your life.
Racist.
Live your life. Live your life.
You're a donut racist.
But that game was fun. That game was fun to watch. There were obviously there were a lot of errors on defense. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely a good game. And then the last game was a mutual forfeit between New Hay and Kicking Grass. Now with this, I thought that Kicking Grass had players there.
Right. What ended up happening was New Hay didn't show up at all.
Right.
There were no 4 screen shirts, period. Kicking Grass came up to me and said, "Where's New Hay? Because we have to forfeit because we only have 3 players here, period, that are going to be here today.
Oh, they just kept their mouths
Yeah.
shut.
So,
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Oh, no.
So had they never said anything to me,
Oh.
I could, I have to play by the book. They told me they didn't have anybody, so it's like forfeiting. The other team didn't show up, so it's a mutual forfeit. But yes, had they not said anything to me, they said, "Hey, the other team is forfeiting. There's nobody here."
Live and learn. Live and learn.
Yeah, but they're
Nope.
they're newer, so they didn't know that. That's
They're too honest.
That's
They're not like us deceitful veterans.
I'm not deceitful.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. So now we've got
That
the
was a
bar.
Jeremy move, Jeremy Davis. I think we can
Really?
hang around with him today.
Probably.
Jeremy and Doug Davis move right
Oh, wait.
there.
Am I looking this way?
No, not yet.
Oh.
That's
The
C
bar.
block.
We're at the bar.
I don't have looking bar.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll talk about the bar. So at the bar, shenanigans and all that nonsense. I'll let V go on about something, right?
I'm gonna talk about the drink contest that we had.
That wasn't at the bar, but
Well,
yeah,
it
all right,
was
yeah, go
drinking
on the drink
involved.
contest, right? Hit up the drinking contest. And
So
we'll
some of you, I think, forgot. There was only 4 submissions,
or maybe V didn't do a good job advertising.
or maybe LB can suck it. So we had 4 submissions. We had Team Bougie had one. Yeah. We had the sidekicks submitted 2 varieties.
Oh, I didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
What, was it good? Were they good?
Oh, hold on.
We'll get
Okay,
there.
sorry.
We'll get there.
Beastie Balls had a drink, obviously.
I had theirs.
And then Team Pink had a drink.
Actually, surprisingly, that was good.
Yeah,
So
really good.
Yeah.
Team Pink, for those who don't know, won it last year or the year before.
And the year, every time we've had it, they've won.
Basic, yeah. So they won best taste out of our taste test.
Per usual.
We had best presentation, which was won by Sidekicks because they actually gave us a whole report as to, it was called Eric's Formula, and it was basically how he comes up with his rankings.
Did you not see
I
that
like
thing?
that. No, I know what you're talking about, like his BCS rankings, whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't. That's
So,
funny. Okay.
It was actually really kind of gross
Yeah.
and chunky because probably
Yeah.
they had coconut milk in it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have mixed the coconut and the lime. That was a weird
This
combination.
just sounds good.
Oh, you have it.
course
Oh
I
yeah,
have it.
so Sidekicks has I'm sure no one can see that, but
I put a PowerPoint presentation
No, it's
together.
just one sheet.
Oh.
But they listed the ingredients and they called it Eric's Formula or something like that. basically.
so
that's top secret. Why are you showing it to everybody?
It's not top secret.
So
You can
anyway-
take it down now, damn it.
okay, so
Well,
then
people are gonna read it.
Nobody
after
gives
best
a shit.
presentation, we had most likely to get you super fucked up, which we picked as the Beastie Ball drink because it had moonshine in it.
Sarah Cleary.
It was actually
Yeah,
pretty
that should be the
tasty.
It was very tasty. A
Very
great summer-
refreshing.
Yeah, very good
It
Yeah,
had
summer
I
drink.
cucumber.
shot glass.
It had
Red ice
cucumber.
on it. It was a kickball. It was actually really well. No. I know how I
And
feel.
cucumber and lemonade and fresh
And mint.
lemon and lime and mint
Oh,
Mhm.
and
see,
moonshine,
moonshine.
apple cinnamon moonshine.
I was going to be mad that Chris and his group didn't offer me anything. After hearing all of this, they actually did me.
Well, they
favor by
actually
not
put it in
offering
a
me.
baby bottle, and I saw AC with it, and I'm like, my sister's
Wait a minute, it was
nursing.
white.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Hold on. So then I AC it, and I'm like, my sister's nursing right now, so I know what breast milk smells like. And he's like, no, it's not. I promise. And I'm like,
Yeah, I was suspect as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a new baby and stuff like that.
Right.
too,
That's why I
so
thought he was trying to get us. I mean, which would be kind of funny. I would obviously would not drink that.
I'm drinking
Anyway.
shit out of it.
Oh, it's so sour. You don't want that.
Milk is healthy.
But
So
But-
is the placenta. You gonna eat that?
they make placenta milkshakes.
Grill that shit up, baby.
It's only good for the mom. It's not good for other people. Anyway,
It's what comes out.
What
when you have
happened at the
baby.
bar?
That's where all the nutrients is.
All right, so at the bar, shenanigans as usual. We had a very good turnout. The bar was hopping. We had the cornhole tournament. I did not win. I'm not too happy with that. But
Womp womp.
yeah,
Mike told me the only reason he signed up
That's
was because the Sidekicks people weren't playing because he knew that they would win it. They played and they won it. So
they
jokes on him.
I had Pete was my partner. We won our first game, and we actually played Doug and Mario in our
Oh,
second
yeah.
game, and that was actually came down to the wire in 23-19 something like
Was
that.
Mario
So,
shirtless when you
Well,
played?
No.
So Mario is not allowed to take his shirt off when he is in the BC ball area because I told him we're not a bro team. so he needs to keep his shirt on.
What does that mean? We're not a bro team.
We're not bros. We don't all take our shirts off and stuff.
They're not big blue, basically.
Well, what
No.
does that mean?
Like-
bro. I take my
like a
shirts off,
bro?
I'm a bro. What does that mean?
A bro is like someone that goes to the gym. I'm going to eat some protein. I gotta get my steaks. I got my myself. I'll flip my biceps. I'm gonna do bicep curls for an hour.
So if you want to be healthy,
That's
you
not
have a good
healthy.
appearance, you're a bro.
No, because no. It's being
Is there an Urban Dictionary definition of
actually. I'm pretty
You
sure
probably
there
don't want
is.
urban different.
Probably say something like Jersey Shore or something.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
making sure we weren't confusing bro with, how we say brother.
Oh no.
No.
I was
It's
just.
it's not
How
a
would you
racial
say,
slur.
brother?
How we say brother.
Oh, it's like a frat bro. Obnoxious partying males who are often seen at college parties. When they aren't making an ass of themselves, they usually just stand up around holding red plastic cups, waiting for something exciting to happen so they can scream something that demonstrates how much they enjoy partying.
Actually, you know what? That kind of sounds like Anna Liffey's without red cups,
Nearly everyone in fraternities.
So we're all bros.
right?
It's
Even
not.
you.
It's not uncommon for them to have spiked hair with frosted tips.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Keeping us on track here. So, who won the cornhole tournament, Kyle?
Casey and Chris from Sidekicks, which is weird. The last 3 cornhole tournaments we've had, it was AC and Gabe that has won from Sidekicks or Ball Busters. So with Gabe retiring and AC having father duties, not going to the bars often, if any, this year. Thought the field would have opened up and and somehow
Nope.
they must have cornhole tournaments in their
Maybe.
basement or something like that. I don't know what they're doing.
That's how they prep.
Allegedly,
I like
they
the DeWacos with flip cups.
They're cornhole bros.
No, they're not bros.
yeah. So they both won a trophy a piece. I said cornhole tournament champion. They both won $40 a piece. That's that.
All right, cool. Now we'll go on to. We're going to talk about the tournament real quick.
Sure.
Briefly.
So we're
Briefly.
gonna have some recaps. Basically, for those who were not involved, we had 4 competitive teams from Ivy. We had Fireballs, which was a mixture of Incrediballs, Big Blue, Pink, probably other random people. They had a big upset by beating the #1 seed, no dead weight, Bez's team from Maine, and he was so pouty because he didn't make it out of pool play. Sad
Good.
story.
Fuck out of my state.
Anyway,
I like this. I don't know what everybody's deal is.
moving on.
Don't say that out loud. Ever
Moving
again.
on. So they had that was their good deed of the day. Alcoholics. I actually played them on my team. Jess Malloy was playing with them, and she kind of took the reins and led the way.
Go, Jess.
But she still slid, even though her thumb is messed up, and that is a no-no. But yeah,
That's called wanting it. No, that shouldn't do it. It's going to hurt
that's
even
called
more.
irresponsible
do
because
it
there's
anyway.
playoffs. Anyway, so yeah, she had a good showing. They all did pretty good. Then there was the Blue Balls of Destiny, which was basically Beastie Balls with Dave Roth and some other circuit players.
And people from out of state,
Yeah, circuit
Rhode Island, Texas, and wherever else you pulled them from.
No, just for that in Texas.
Mass, you got a guy from Massachusetts.
We did.
Yeah.
Who?
I can't think of his name. Not Rob, Ron from Rhode Island. Anyway,
Robin
continue.
Drew.
Yeah.
Anyway, we dominated pool play, and then we went into our first elimination game, and there were some crucial errors. There was some serious ref issues. We lost by 1 point in
Run.
Kansas City. One
Mm-hmm.
run in Kansas City, but we were down 3 in Kansas City, and we somehow made up that 3, which is hard to do in Kansas City.
You did it twice, right? Because you were down 4.
We were down
and
3.
then-
A lot of
And
innings.
and then
Kansas City.
came back and tied it, and then went to Kansas City and got down 4 again.
Which was funny because our ref actually didn't know what Kansas City was. What? Yeah.
That's because I wasn't up there helping.
Yeah, well, you fucked up.
Um,
You fucked us. Anyway, well, I mean, we made errors. That's why we lost. But
Good job for saying that.
I'm a humble person.
Yeah.
What?
Speaking of humble,
Anyway, speaking of humble, let's talk about the Wolfpack. They came in second with somehow they had a $600 check, which, I mean, I did the math. That just didn't seem right to me because the winner got what?
18.
$1,800.
Yeah.
I mean, at least give you half. That would be 900.
Right.
So, does anybody have an idea? I mean, did someone, go buy stuff? I don't know.
Use all that money for spray paint for the super plate.
Or maybe that's where the ref that was reffing my game used the money to buy his beers that he was drinking while he was reffing.
Let's talk about the gray zone.
So I don't know what happened to the $300 that Wolfpack was missing. Little fishy.
Yeah, I thought it was strange when he handed us the check. That was my first thing. I go, there's money missing from this.
So, I think we all had a good time. We all learned a lot probably from this experience. And
You're not going to let us talk about our game now?
Nah.
I'm going to let you talk about stuff right now. So as for us three that were there, who has any feedback? What would you like to see done differently? What did you like? What did you not like?
Want to turn it?
Yes.
I like that the lines were, we had spray painted lines, the plate there. I like that it didn't rain all day. We're known for our Hartford tournament for it to rain at some point. So it rained for the morning, and then what I liked most was CTI was just represented. We had 4 teams go in the competitive division, and all 4 teams made it to eliminations. So I was really excited about that.
I can't just laugh.
No, because you're being Texans.
Yeah.
It's so rude.
Oh, giggity right there.
There she is.
Well, George just asked me, he's still waiting on his $30 from his part of the check.
I actually don't know how this process works, actually, to be completely honest.
They'd have to give you a real check.
Yeah, like I have like this big cardboard paper check.
Go to the bank with it.
Walk to the bank.
Can I cash this?
But I've heard stories like in the past, like from runners, like one year, like I can't remember where I read it from, but they sent the captain 20 checks, all with the address of the captain, but everybody's name or something like that. Then I have to ask Chad how that works. Like if they're going to give it all to me, or they're going to. I have no idea.
If they give it all to you, will you disperse it appropriately?
Yeah, why not?
How else would he?
I'm just saying that it's money management is. What's going on here? Where's the rest of them?
We would have liked, to have the bigger check, 1,800.
Right. I could have.
Next year.
Imagine,
We'll get it next year.
Adra.
That man on first base was quite boisterous.
Yeah. He was fucking annoying me.
He was yelling, saying, "I got bills to pay. I got bills to pay."
The entire tournament, he was.
Really? I must have tuned him out. I didn't hear him.
He was like Martin. Yeah, let's go.
He was like I don't know. I did see.
He had really small legs.
I heard that, and when you guys were in pool play, this one.
I made 2 pretty awful mistakes on defense.
Did you drop a ball?
I fingertipped 2 balls.
You fingered a ball?
2 of them.
Actually, that was later on that night.
A little tickle.
Yeah, not my best.
Cup in the goals.
Not my best defensive performance throughout the day, but I think I actually did pretty well on offense. I did a lot of RKIs. I think I got on base pretty much every at bat, minus maybe 2. But yeah, I really enjoyed our team. I think we had a really solid team overall. Had really great pickups, really great recruits. Looking forward to possibly maybe using this team in Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys get the bid.
Well, not automatic.
Well, you get.
It's automatic.
Is it?
Yeah.
The runner-up is the final 4 are options.
All right, let's get into
Let's
our
talk about
next thing.
playoffs.
Yeah, we've got playoffs is coming Saturday.
Sunday.
Too. Sunday. Playoffs.
So
Let me tell you something, brother.
I would like to start with Kyle kind of giving us a quick rundown of how the day works.
So basically, the day works. It's actually my favorite part of the season. For one, it's the end of the season, and we get to see who actually is going to be the champion. But the day basically works. First game start at 10 o'clock. We use 4 fields, so where field A normally is, where field B normally is, where field C normally is, and then on the right field line of the baseball field, we are in that corner for field B. So field B would be the left field corner, how it normally is, and right field corner would be field D. I'm hoping that field D, the grass would be mowed this time. Last year, spring, it wasn't for whatever reason. I don't understand. But
Maybe more than half the outfield.
yeah, it was weird. I don't know. It is weird. So that's the setup. Game started at 10 o'clock. So first run is 10 o'clock. 10
Half of it.
Yep, half. And then the other half is 11 o'clock. Then second round is 12 o'clock and 1. And then we go to the quarterfinals, the Elite Eight, which is at 2 o'clock. Final four is at 3:30, 3:15 rather, and the championship game is at 4:30. So that's basically the premise. Everybody refs. So that if you're playing at 10 o'clock, you're refing at 11. If you're playing at 11 o'clock, you ref at 10.
You play at 1, you ref at 12, vice versa.
Vice versa, yep.
And so then as the day goes on, whoever gets eliminated.
Right. So the only time losers technically are refing the game is the Elite Eight, which would be the losers of the 1 o'clock game. They have to ref the 2 o'clock game. And then for the Final Four and then the championship, find volunteers, the best refs that we possibly can find, because those games are usually intense. Not intense where, they're ripping the refs to shreds and calling them all type of name. But, I usually want somebody that knows the rules in and out, that can handle, the pressure of a big game. And it's always fun. It's always fun around that time, especially for the championship game, for everybody that sticks around to gather around field day and watch the championship game. Probably one of my favorite highlights of the season.
And then after the games, we have the Flip Cup playoffs, which we'll have a bracket later this week to show you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't make it as far as you want in playoffs, you can try to make it pretty far in Flip Cup.
Yeah.
It reminded me of our past weekend with the club. We'll get there.
All right, so we're going to talk about seeding. I have the list of seeds. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, this is a big reveal, guys. You get to hear all the seedings that the commission put together here.
Yeah.
Let's see how
I
we,
apologize if I offended anyone that I didn't update the standing and scores immediately like I usually do. I thought I would treat it like I don't know.
Big reveal.
Those that are familiar with Selection Sunday for NCAA basketball, something like that, or like for the BCS, how they do that. That's what I had in mind. So something fun, whatever.
Okay, so
let's see how the tournament's fixed.
It's fixed. So rankings 1 through 4. Our first seed will be Sidekicks, undefeated. Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations, Sidekicks.
Congratulations, Sidekicks.
8-0 this season. They've got 11 runs allowed, and they earned 8 points. I will do it.
Okay, whatever.
Number 2 is the Bitches in Green. You done?
Beastie Balls.
Beastie Balls with a 7-1 record, 14 runs allowed. We've got number 3, Dr. Feelgood. 7-1 record, 25 runs allowed.
Did you describe how we made these seedings, or how you?
So
Right,
these are WACA standard seedings. This
Yeah.
is not Eric's
Right.
formula
So I'll go
or
through it. So
anything.
basically, it's how the standings work,
in
during the
website.
regular season. So I enter the scores. They have a program that formulates it and it spits out the seating. So these were the final ranking, the power ranking with actual standings by actual games. So wherever there's a tiebreaker scenario, it goes by head-to-head. It goes by runs allowed. It goes by total wins. It's a whole, slew of ways that they break the tiebreaker. So these are not seeds that I chose that I thought who should be one, who should be.
Right.
These are actually done based off records and based off.
And there is
runs allowed and
actually
stuff
no
like that.
way that you can change it as a commish. And when you're entering all this stuff in, it just generates it and spits it out and posts it. So
Yeah.
you can't call shenanigans.
Yeah.
Number 4 seed, Balzania with a 6-1-1 record, 37 runs allowed. Number 5, Wolfpack, 6-2 record with 7 runs allowed. The lowest runs allowed in the whole slew of teams.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, I think that might be, I have to check this week, so I think that might be the lowest one allowed ever for the season.
Number 6 seed, Alcoholics, 5-2-1 record, 17 runs allowed.
Congrats, Alcoholics.
Yeah.
Rookie team, played some tough competition, but they held their own. They did a good job this year.
Number 7, Bougie at Heart, 5-3 record with 16 runs allowed. Incrediballs 5-3 record with 25 runs allowed.
Nope,
No.
keep going.
9
I'm spitting them out.
seed balls deep 5-3 record with 22 runs allowed.
Balls deep, man. They were.
That's a throwback right there because balls deep has sucked since I started playing, and that was about 3 years. But they were like
Well, they started off.
they
good.
were killer.
They were
killer.
5-1, and then they lost the last 2 games. Incredibles and not to feel good.
So keep it up, guys. I think it's because of Caroline.
Or
I think
go
it's
back to how they work. Like I said, they're on a 2-game losing streak now. So
Oh,
let's not
so
keep that up.
yeah. Well, just do good things. Number 10 seed, I'd kick that 4-3 run 1 record,
Congratulations to that team as well.
22 runs
The
allowed.
entire team is basically rookies and sophomores, and I actually didn't know how that was going to end up. I thought they were going to be a pain in my ass actually, but they really performed well. If it wasn't for Alcabox, I probably would give Shane the captain of the year award for the rookie team.
Number 11 seed, Recess All-Stars with a 4-4 record, 33 runs allowed. We've got number 12 seed, Multiple Scoregasms, 3-3-2 record, 51 runs allowed. Number 13 seed, Kicking Grass, 4-3-1 record, 35 runs allowed. Great Balls of Fire, 3-4-1 record, 32 runs allowed. Wah, 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 15 seed, Big Blue. What?
I'll go back to
4-4 record.
you might notice that Kicking Grass was at 4-3-1.
Mhm.
So they should have what is it, 4-3-1? How many playoff points do they have?
3.75.
Actually, I think that was wrong. But they had a forfeit, so that's why some playoff points got deducted.
Oh, right. Paper
Yeah.
forfeits as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
So Big Blue is a 4-4 record with 14 runs allowed.
Same thing with them. They had 4 wins, so they should have 4 playoff points, but they had a paper forfeit
forfeit.
for not refing.
Right, that's an administrative forfeit for not running. Banana Hammock, 16 seed, 3-5 is their record with 29 runs allowed. 17 seed, Livin' La Vida Kickball, 3-5 record, 42 runs allowed. 18 seed, Dead Weight, 2-6 is their record, 58 runs allowed. Highest, oh no, I lied.
Nope. Not the highest.
Wait till you finish.
Yikes.
Wait for it.
19 seed, Kickin' Hots, 2-5-1 record, 40 runs allowed. Number 20 seed, Pitch Don't Kill My Vibe, aka Team Pink, 1-6-1 record, 44 runs allowed.
They had tough this season.
They did have tough.
Still wouldn't want to face them in the playoffs. But
Right. Same thing with Panty Dropping Pitches. 21 seed, 1-6-1, 33 runs allowed. Another team you don't want to see in the playoffs is Kickleback. Even though they're a 22 seed,
You do not
2-6.
want to see Kickleback in the playoffs. Believe me.
I can.
Believe me.
I most recently am aware of that.
Believe me. I want no parts of Kickleback. They are on the other side of the bracket. I'm jumping for
Thank
joy.
you, Kyle. 35 runs allowed. Number 23 bracket, New Hey 0-8, 43 runs allowed. In 24 seed, 3 Kicks Mafia 0-8, 73 runs allowed.
Congratulations! Most runs allowed! Woo! 3 Kicks Mafia! Sorry.
So sorry, that sucks. All right, so now we're gonna do the bracket.
Ooh.
Let me get my fancy whiteboard.
Oh, wait, I'm holding it.
Doo-doo-doo.
We're going to be blocking some people's faces here.
Twins.
Okay, I think no, it's too close. Back up. You got to see the bottom.
I'm trying to get rid of the glare.
It's fine. All right, so I would like. Where's my marker?
I have one.
Oh, turd. All right, so we're gonna start with Eric's predictions. Eric. All right, so starting off, you'll see the ones in red. Actually, I'm gonna use different colors. The ones in red are the games that are already happening that are not going to change. People's seeds are listed next to it. So starting off, we've got Banana Hammocks, a 16 seed.
That marker stinks. Sorry.
Literally.
And Live in La Vida Kickball is a 17 seed. Who do you predict wins that?
I'm going banana hammocks.
B.
I'm surprised I was there.
H.
One, but that's okay.
Well, that's the way that this is in order.
Yeah,
So, then we end up with a banana hammocks and sidekick game. But moving down to round 1, balls deep versus 3 kicks. What do you think?
I'm going balls deep with that one.
BD. It's big dick. Next, we have kick and grass and pink. What do you think?
I was going team pink.
Okay, so pink. Scoregasms, PDP.
That was a tough game because of the way that Scoregasms has been playing later on in the season. But I
It's
went.
not a tough pick. Come on.
I went painted on the pitches.
Oh, you blew it.
Oh,
Wah, wah.
man.
You blew it.
It's all right. This is Eric's bracket.
You blew it.
You-
Okay, let's continue going through the side. Side kicks versus banana hammocks.
We're going sidekicks.
Oh, good. Side kick.
What you doing? Going back a little bit?
Oh, well, there's a big player. Are we going to literally do this for every person?
Yeah, this is gonna take forever.
Well, this is what we're doing, so shut up.
Let's see
Balls
how many viewers
deep.
we lose. We're at 18 viewers, guys.
Okay, balls deep versus Incrediballs.
I went Incrediballs.
You lost
Incrediballs.
So,
But
viewers-
Balzania versus Pink.
Um,
This is a tough one right here.
You lost it.
I went Balzania with this one.
All right. Balls.
You gotta give me what game it is because
I don't have that written down here. PDP versus Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. All right, so then we have Sidekicks versus Incrediballs.
I went sidekicks.
Okay, so you're in your final 4. You've got Sidekicks. And Balzania versus Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
Okay. Wolfpack it is.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, now the other side. Big Blue versus Dead Weight.
Big Blue.
I'd kick that versus New Hey Hey.
I'd kick that.
I'd kick that. Great Balls of Fire, Kickin' Hops.
Great Balls of Fire.
GBO. Recess Ass. I think it's so funny. And Kickleback.
I went Kickleback.
Kickleback.
Alrighty.
Kickleback. We hate Nickelback. I used to be the chair.
Really?
Yeah.
So Beastie Balls versus Big Blue.
I went Beastie Balls.
Sarah V didn't even believe that.
That's not true. Okay, we've got Beasties in the Elite 8. I'd kick that. Team Bougie.
I went Team Bougie.
Okie dokie.
He's going chalk.
Dr. Feelgood, Great Balls of Fire.
Dr. Feelgood.
The doctors are in. Kickleback versus Alcoholics.
I went Kickleback.
All right. That brings us down to Beasties versus Bougie.
Beastie Balls.
You're not worried about Big Blue, huh? They mean nothing to you, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Dr. Feelgood versus Kickleback.
I went Dr. Feelgood. I think if they eke by Alcoholics, they're gonna be pretty exhausted by the time they get to Feel Good. And I've got a couple of lineup changes I'm making. So I'm going Dr. Feelgood. That'll be a tough game, but I think we can pull it out.
Viewer down.
Yeah, we're gonna lose viewers left and right at this point.
Isaiah Kyle gives his. Oh, 15.
That's what it's been at.
No, it was at 18 and 17.
All right, so Sidekicks versus Wolfpack.
No, you're looking at Final Four now.
Yeah.
Sidekicks.
And Dr. Field Good versus Beastie Balls.
Beastie Balls.
So who is your champion?
Beastie Balls versus Sidekicks. I went Beastie Balls. I think if they get through everything else, they should take this one.
I concur.
They've got an easier schedule after their first couple of games throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Okay, how about the rest of us just give our final four and that's it?
Well, I feel.
No.
I'm sorry. Did you do any prep today? Okay.
I did buy this whiteboard today.
Yeah.
You bought this whiteboard? This is a nice ass whiteboard.
Come to
This
steal
is
it.
a nice whiteboard.
Yeah, how many
It's
you
the
guys have
whitest
your final
whiteboard we've
four?
ever seen.
No, Kyle's got the tricky one. We need to go through Kyle.
Okay, then Kyle, give us all of yours and then that'll be it. This is so stupid.
Well, then you can go home with your poor attitude.
I like that you use the blue and red. Oh, is that you, LB?
No, per marker.
Well, while you're erasing all that shit, I got a message from Kevin Jackson because he is one of those viewers, and he said the game was competitive.
One of
He's
the
watching
13 now.
podcast. Yeah, one of the. He might not be watching it anymore, but he said to tell you that the right call was made,
Okay. Well,
and she may say we aren't a threat, but we both know the truth.
okay. Keep
So-
making drinks, Kevin.
He said them's fighting words.
I'm not scared. Plus, they're on the other side of the bracket, so I won't even see them.
They're not worried about anybody, like you say.
I live my life on the edge, Kyle's though.
It's a small ledge because she's short, but it's a ledge.
All right, we're back up one viewer. Let's keep going.
Oh,
Kyle Settle,
What's up?
tell me what you think. Let's talk about banana hammocks and living La Vida kickball.
Hammocks.
BH. Let's talk about balls deep, three
Balls
kicks.
deep.
Balls deep.
it's trying to hurry us along.
Kicking grass pink.
I can't let my boys down. I'm going with Team Pink there.
All right. Scoregasms PvP.
Orange is on my list, and they know why. So we're going Scoregasms.
Kwame says, you guys fall apart without me. SMH. Yes, just give them the final four of each group.
Oh, fine.
Then talk about underdogs. Short and sweet.
I hate all of you.
Thank you, Kwame.
Kwame! Producing from San
This
Francisco.
was my great idea, and you all shat on it.
I didn't shit on it.
Thank you, Eric.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
look-
thought it was boring as fuck, but I didn't shit
I
on
wanted
it.
need
to
my
try
light.
to learn people.
I need
I
my
know you
light.
did.
I need my light.
Hey, get Kyle glowing again.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Some of that.
V, I like the concept, I do, but it's just
Yep, moving on.
no one
Can you
cares.
give us your final four?
Well, my final four actually consists of sidekicks, ball Zanya. I'd kick that and kickleback.
What?
None of the major players in the Final Four?
Now, the playoffs, as evidence from the tournament this past weekend, anything can happen. A ball bounces this way, a ball bounces that way. You know, someone loses their cool, a bad call here or there, and next thing you know, you're down 4-0. And
Can I get the name of your dealer? Because I want one over right now.
That's what I do,
Listen,
man.
Kyle has seen a lot of championships play out in odd ways.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I mean,
hammocks. I think that is a very dangerous affair. I expect him to get by living La Vida, slamming Simon. But
shaman.
if sidekicks doesn't go into that game focus, hammocks can upset them.
I agree.
And if hammocks beat them, that opens up a door on that side of the bracket.
Did it almost happen last season?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
balls deep, incredible balls. One of those two teams could beat a.
Well, didn't in
hammocks.
regular season, didn't banana hammocks give sidekicks a run for their money?
No,
Just
that
a
was
little
in- that was in the playoffs.
Playoffs, but during the regular season too, just a little bit. I think the score was 6-3 or something like that.
It went into last
Season, yeah,
last season. They went
accuracy
into
kick, yeah.
accuracy kick, yeah.
I think the other side, lower of the bracket, is very, very tricky. You have, I think, 5 teams to win that. Feel good, great balls, pickleback, alcoholics, even recess all stars. I really think that one is wide open. I just really think anything can happen. I think Beastie Balls, after going through Big Blue, it's not going to be as easy as Sarah B thinks.
No, but our next game will be.
And then they may be tired or, on a high from winning that game. And, next thing you know, they're down 5-0. And it's too late for them to try to catch back up. I just think anything can happen. And Kickleback, I don't want to see them. If I have to see them, luckily it would be in the championship game. They're on that side of the bracket. They're everyone else's problem. You can say what you don't want to see them either. Big Blue doesn't want to see them. Kickleback is, I had them being the champion this year, actually. They come ready and prepared and fight hard with the attitude of, they're going to win the game. I have Kickleback winning.
Pickleback comes with mentality, and they're literally a different team than what you see during league play.
I don't know.
It's crazy. Like, they just turn on a switch, and it's like, boom, boom.
Don't freaking get it.
I got a message from John Doss from Balzania. He said, keep betting against Balzania, and we'll keep proving you wrong. Balzania will be champs.
Whoa.
There's a proclamation right there.
Well, I have
Did he hear me when I said my final force was Balzania and I had them in the championship game against
Maybe
Pickleback?
there's a delay.
Yeah.
There is actually, there is a delay.
Oh, yeah. I have Kickleback and Balzania in the championship game.
That could be cool.
They'll
LV?
have to prove it. They gotta work on that.
So my final four consists of your typical, 3 typicals and 1, I guess, kind of non-typical. I have Sidekicks facing Wolfpack, a nice little rematch there, some revenge play. And then I have Beastie Balls. And I have Alcoholics in the final 4. I think Alcoholics is going to make a really good run. I think they're a strong team. And, like I've said, I think pretty much every episode, I am on the Alcoholics bandwagon. Yes, they're a rookie team, and they don't really have kickball playoff experience, but I think they have a pretty, maybe aside from Kickleback, they could potentially have an easy bracket, and even Dr. Feelgood, I mean, that could be a tough game for them, but I think they can pull it out, and I do have BC Balls beating them, and I do have a Wolfpack BC Balls, again, revenge game.
But we're gonna hug the whole time.
Don't fucking touch me, bitch.
That's another finger.
But I have,
Fucking shop picture.
but obviously I do have Wolfpack winning it all. But let me tell you, the 2 games, if this does play out the way I have it, where we play Sidekicks and BC Balls, those are going to be tough games. Those are going to be cutthroat games. Those are going to be
Probably overtime games.
Those are going to be make sure your refs know your rules games.
I'm the nicest person. What do you mean?
Hey, you know what we should do while we're here, and we've got all 4 of us have brackets. I know you do. We'll get to yours.
Oh.
We should have our own little bet.
Oh!
A point for each game that we're right, kind of thing, and at the end, we back up and see who's got the most points. No, because you eat them all.
All the white ones are still here.
Oh, how ironic.
So racist.
No, not really.
So I think that's a good idea. I think everybody should keep a copy that I've given you, and we'll see what happens next show, our last show.
What's your final 4?
My final 4 is probably the most realistic out of all viewers. I do think that the Kickleback Alcoholics game is probably going to be crazy, because I don't know if Kickleback's outfield can handle Alcoholics kicks. I do know that Kickleback's offense is way more strategic than Alcoholics is. Their bunts are much better, I would say. So that's going to be interesting, but I do have Kickleback pulling out and winning that. So my final 4 is a Sidekicks versus Wolfpack and BC Balls versus Kickleback, equaling a BC Balls Sidekick playoff. And the reason why I did that was because I don't know what kind of Wolfpack is showing up, and if they're going to have 23 people, it's not going to work to their advantage. And is James Guerin coming? And is Julian playing? So I don't know. I think those things will make or break what happens. I do think they're coming off of a high.
That sounds similar to what Chad said, right, for the tournament?
Yes.
When he said, they don't have their players, and he didn't have us in the final 4 or whatever. And
Well, I mean, I think that you're coming off of a high.
I was just bringing it up.
You're coming off of a high from this weekend, so it could carry you. Honestly, this was a really hard decision. I really don't know.
So you have BC Balls LV, you have BC Balls, and you have BC Balls.
Yep.
In the final 4.
Yep.
Similar to how we all said no dead weight was going to be in the final 4 for the tournament.
It'll be you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't know what she's
Kwame tried calling me. I think he wants to chime in, but I don't know how to.
Well,
he
he
should
should
have
have thought
submitted
about that.
Yeah, that's his fault. All right,
Try,
so
Kwame.
Sorry, poor producer.
you're kind of supposed to lead with that part.
Me?
Yeah.
Where we talk about how playoffs went.
No.
Block D.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So our last podcast of the season will be next week. That is where we will talk about playoffs and the bar per usual, but mainly about playoffs. And don't forget, end of the season party is Saturday, June 27th. Always a good time. Free booze, free beer, or free food,
Free alcohol.
free alcohol.
Theme.
What is the theme?
Graffiti.
Graffiti, T-shirt,
Graffiti, Sharpie party.
Yeah.
So wear a white or I guess any color T-shirt. Bring
white T-shirt.
white T-shirt. Wear a white T-shirt. Bring a Sharpie, and
If you wear a dress, we're gonna write on that too.
why look at me?
I mean, I'm just.
Where's dresses?
Because you're the one that's leading the event, leading this block. So he's looking at you. You're the one talking.
Oh, all right. So don't wear a dress apparently. And get someone's number written on your shirt and give them a little call later. Fall registration opens June 15th. I know the season is not yet over, but you have to start preparing for the fall season, which is a very competitive season in CTIV. So get your teams ready, get those recruits in.
Oh, it's competitive. We actually party more in the fall.
Really? I always feel like fall is more competitive.
Yeah, we party a lot more in the
Oh,
fall.
and then like less people play.
Less people do play, but let's try to get those numbers up then.
I'm sure we'll have a good turnout for fall season this year.
Let's get everyone to the Liffey this week. It'll be a fun week to go there following playoffs. I'm sure the losers will get drunk and the winners will get drunk, and it'll be a good time for all.
And because you have to play your flip cup
Flip
bracket.
cup.
Yeah.
Speaking of Flip Cup,
Oh, Jesus. Hey,
Is
it's
this-
already after 9:32, so.
Is this your
real quick, this is the LV rant of the week. It's a new segment that I just made up right now. Panty dropping pitches. Martin, you guys wear skirts for a reason. It's because you're bitches. You guys would not play Flip Cup against us at the field because that's him. Oh, thank you, Sarah.
So I wanted to get the other side of the story because I know this sometimes turns into the Wolfpack LV show.
Yeah, can we summarize the response?
So basically, he said that only Kyle and Russell showed up, and that's why they called a forfeit. However, Becca texted me this morning saying that she scrounged up 5 people, and then this was all at like 5:40, whereas the cutoff time is 6 o'clock. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I wasn't there. I don't know. Whatever.
I also know that they try to play at the field, and Panty dropping pitches was saying, we don't like to play at the field because the field is uneven, which makes the table uneven, and it's windy, and it's blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Bitches, you're mad that we beat you. I get it, but that's pretty bullshit, and I'm pretty upset about it, and I know our team is too. So that's it. That's my rant. I just wanted to call them out for it.
Why you look at me? I didn't say Jack.
I'm just looking because you're there.
Oh, I'm cool.
Like the other
Anywho,
side of the pillow.
I'm cool.
so
Alright,
tune
thank
in
you.
to our show next week and see who won the bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a little bracket thing going on, and
Yeah, tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll have up the bracket online so everybody can see it for themselves. Up there would be the times of the games, the ref assignments, everything would be uploaded there. And that's about it. Thank you guys for having me.
but you
Oh.
birds never ask any. I like that.
I like turd is such an insult. Who wants to be a small poop?
Do any of you guys have any last minute things you want to say?
No, I think a fair good luck to all the teams this coming Sunday is in order. We all know that as Kyle's bracket shows, that anything can happen any given Sunday.
Anything can happen.
Like the Ellie Goulding song.
Anything
I will
can
say
happen.
this: if you normally ref, please just read over the rule book real quick, take a glance at it, just so you're prepared going into the weekend. Because you know that if you're reffing any one of these games, especially ones going to Final Four, whatever, we're gonna argue calls. So just familiarize yourself with the book, please.
I plan to get hammered like early, so I don't have to get asked to ref. In the,
You could also
last
take
four
that
games.
approach.
So
It's not going to work here.
Damn it.
All right, guys,
Fair
have
enough.
a good night, and we will see you on the field.
We'll see you in the field Sunday.
Go,
Peace.
go Steph Curry. Let's go Warriors. Bye.